Oh, okay. So here we have the friend of Semmelweis, who stupidly cut his finger and died. Not because he bled to death, but apparently he... Where would you fit that into this real world? Into your, oh no, sorry, where would you fit this into your 6-step program?
Well, I think it's information you need from the real world in order to come up with this model.
So?
I would say it's like a given information.
So?
So it's, in my opinion, it's then part of the real world.
What is your real world in that case?
That there's childbed fever, and if you cut yourself with
in that case, I know many people who cut their fingers or even cut their wrists, and some of them die, but not because of your disease.
but this would be infected scalpel from the altitude, which contains something that would matter.
Do you have data for that?
No. One observation.
Yeah, one observation. So what's the role of the friend of Semmelweis in this story?
It's kind of related to the pseudoscience because it bases his model
No.
on the
No. The friend was there, dead in his bed. What's the role of this friend?
data.
Sorry?
His data.
That's only one observation. This friend was very important for this story. But I'm not sure I would include it in the 6-step program.
And I think it gave him a suggestion about how to make a model, so...
Yeah. Eureka! And no more than that. Yes?
I was wondering if we also somehow have to fit in the fact that the midwives have flawless deaths, or if that's also just some Eureka thing.
Well, no. That was an observation, and that was actually led to the question: what the hell is going on here? So that could be a question that triggered the start of this research at all. So I will place our friend outside the 6-step program. Very important, but it doesn't fit into the 6-step program. What's the prediction?
I just would like to add that part of the model is also that these pathogens can be removed with a certain disinfectant. It's also part of our theory, right? And without it, we wouldn't arrive at the prediction.
Right.
But yeah, it's implied.
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, it is an assumption that is necessary for the prediction to follow.
Question is whether that should be part of the model or part of the prediction. What's your prediction then?
That using the disinfectant will cut the number of cases in the doctor's ward.
Yeah. Okay. So this is like I said, this is not rocket science. So whether some information belongs here or there, I could build it into my. So, well, in some cases, let's say, that's also the trouble when I have to grade your assignments. Sometimes there is a matter of taste, yeah. And in general, I'm very liberal about this. So. What was your real world? Sorry, prediction?
That using the disinfectant will cut the level of disease to that of the maternity ward. How was it called?
this is shorthand for. Also here, a matter of taste. This is not mentioned as part of the prediction, but it's more or less, well, implied by the text. But at least reduces the death rate substantially. So not from 10 to 9.8. The expectation is serious reduction. You should realize that these texts are, and also the text that you will, some of the texts that you will have to evaluate in your assignment are written by journalists. So journalists, they focus a lot sometimes on this. This is a nice story to tell how I came up with this eureka thing. Who cares about the model, which often is a very ugly animal. So then you see focus on this. Journalists also leave out things, imply things. Sometimes you have to read between the lines. So my own prediction would be here from reading the text that it's implied that the prediction is it goes down to more or less 2%. Yeah.
Well, in the end, it's saying that the data says that it
Or just with P. What?
Yeah, but it's regarding the 2%.
Yeah, no. So, what do you have for data?
Well, that after washing hands, the death rate in the first division was less than 2%.
So, what's your conclusion? Do data and prediction match?
Well, depends. If you say down to approximately 2, it means less than 2, then we don't know for sure how much less it is, so we don't know if it's approximately 2.
What's your answer? Do data and prediction match?
Yeah, I would say yes, but I didn't say.
Well! Yes suffices.
Okay.
I mean, and we all know that there are always these nuances, but you have to make a decision. And, well, of course, the full details you don't know. So, well, the next question is, if you do know the full details, where would you have the cutoff point? Would you say with 1.9%? Well, this is more than the 2.0% in the other wards, so therefore data do not match with the prediction, or? Well, at least my conclusion would be yes. And then we have to go to question 6. Was prediction likely to agree with the data even if the model does not fit the real world?
Even if they maybe not use cadavers but have a lot of other sick people, they treat, then it is also possible that they transfer those from those bodies with diseases. So from sick people, other sick people diseases. So other models, I think, then only this
Give me one.
For example,
Because what I hear now is what was forbidden in this class. So if you don't stop, I'll have to throw you out of the window. This was more or less, couldn't it be possible that, so I want something fine.
maybe they treat people with fever and then those fevers are transferred maybe.
Well, there's no information on that. I mean, the possible answer here, but that is, given the context, is not fair, is that our knowledge at this moment is much further. So there you have your alternative model. It's not just something in cadaveric matter, and it's not necessarily cadaveric matter. So I think it would be very hard to come up here with an alternative model. So my answer to question 6 would be no.
Can I have a suggestion? What happens?
God?
Well, it might be. No, it's not God.
Okay.
It might be
Zero chance?
It might be.
Okay, let's
Or
try.
what happens if, for example, the women that are treated by doctors?
Do you have information on that?
No.
No, so that would be something here. On the basis of the information that you have, your story is again a zero chance. You have no information on that. Couldn't it be the case? Yes, it could be the case. Actually, we could combine the zero cases, the zero chance, and the God that these women were all killed by your extraterrestrials in green trousers. Very murderous extraterrestrials, those of you. Mine are very peaceful.
But still, like what happens? Suppose that the green cleansing agent actually kills the bacteria that were already on those women.
Mhm.
Then it has nothing to do with the model. Then the model might be completely false. Because adding the cleansing agent actually solves the problem, but not due to the.
What is the problem then? I mean, what is the model then?
There might be something involved, but it might not be due to the autopsies. I'm saying it's unlikely, but it
But
might
that's not
be.
aligned.
That's another zero chance. There might be something. There might be something. So here, if you come up with an alternative model, it should be clear. And the only possible way out is the way you are going. Is well, nowadays our knowledge, we know what it is. It's not just something, and it's not in cadaveric matter, and it goes far beyond just cadavers. And well, that's the difficulty of going back into a situation that we were 150 years ago. You were first.
Yeah, I wanted to say that alternative model wouldn't be in line with the data that we had beforehand, right? That in the doctor's ward, actually the death rate was higher. So if the bacteria already were, so let's assume that the patients were randomly assigned to each ward. I mean, we don't have any other information, and otherwise they might have thought of that. So then that model wouldn't fit with the difference in death rates if it was just bacteria that were already there, because then you would have the same phenomenon in the maternity ward, I guess.
I was wondering whether we should always do these exercises considering what they know at that time, or whether we should also take into account what we know at this time.
No, basically, it doesn't apply to your assignment, in the sense that I've selected some papers from let's say the last 5 years or so, but you are evaluating this scientific progress. I mean, you cannot then evaluate it against the knowledge that you have now. So you must evaluate whether this meant scientific progress or not, whether scientifically there's something in here. And well, in that case, you must evaluate against what is available then.
there is a connection between the prediction and model, because that the prediction washing, there must be an assumption that washing hands can reduce that something in catalytic matter, and that should be included in prediction. I
Fine.
think.
Fine. Do you think I'm going to write down your whole story?
No, but yeah.
I agree. This was the assumption that Oliver made as well. And Oliver wanted to have the assumption here, and you want the assumption there. And I could imagine that it's also here, a lot of S's on the blackboard. Yeah, I mean, I agree, and well, for me, it doesn't matter too much where you place the assumption. I don't know how about you, but I need to fill up of coffee. Those of you who do not drink coffee or do not need a break can start reading